San Diego, San Diego, San Diego. San Diego State University. San Diego State University is doing what it is supposed to do. San Diego State University is doing what it's supposed to do. San Diego State University is doing what it's supposed to do. And the reason why it's doing what it's supposed to do, because it put everyone in the conference on notice that it's leaving. Okay? And it did it in advance, about 2 weeks out. Now, where it's going, no one knows. San Diego State knows where it's going. It talked to the Big 12 and the Pac-12. And at this point, the closest home is the Pac-12, but the Pac-12 don't tend to seem like it has its media rights deal in place, which would be translated as doesn't have its stuff together. So while the Pac-12 is continuing to try to meet the numbers that is incomparable to the Big 12, that's what is the delay. Now, look at it from the inside out, from a Pac-12's perspective. If you are a member of the Pac-12, you probably are trying to figure out, okay, we need to expand. We also need a TV deal. And on top of that, that we know the numbers that we're being offered right now. We know the numbers we're being offered, and it's nowhere near close to the Big 12. On top of that, we need to expand. Okay, the members that we have to expand with does not move the needle to offer us a better TV number. So when you're in a situation like that, you have the members in the conference in a pecking order from the top tier all the way down. And they're looking at, if you look at Washington and Oregon, they want to be in the Big 12 or the Pac-12. I'm sorry, the Big 10. They are looking at bigger numbers. They're looking at 50 million plus a year. That's what they're looking at. When you throw out numbers like 20 million a year, 19, 17, 18 million a year, those numbers are far in between, below par. And then when you look at how you have members coming in that doesn't move the needle from a group of 5 or autonomy 5, it's more of like, hey man, we don't have time for all of that right now. We're trying to get into the Big 10. And to be honest with you, if you come and join us, you or the SMU or any other autonomous 5 members, we're going to have to split the pie even lesser. Meaning, if we do get offered 20 million, we're going to have to take a pay cut just to bring y'all on. So at this point, it's not even a good time for us to expand. So that's the issue. Okay, so where do it leaves San Diego State? It leaves San Diego State in a bind, like, okay, do I go to the Pac-12 or the Big 12? Because the Pac-12 can't afford me. At least if I do go to the Big 12, then I would be able to go in knowing everything. And that's what the Big 12 offers, stability. As I mentioned it before, the Big 12 offers stability. Okay, we can't say that right now for the Pac-12 because their numbers are below every other Power 5 conference, and it seems to stay that way. And any member they add is going to make it even lesser. So what would you do? What would you do if you were a member inside the Pac-12? Well, that's up for those members to decide. Are they going to stay or are they going to jump ship? Okay, and there's potential that 2 members will jump ship, and it has nothing to do with Washington and Oregon. These schools have to do was best for their university. And it's not contingent upon a Washington and an Oregon. I keep hearing this notion that all of the members will stay based off of what Washington and Oregon is going to do. Washington and Oregon is going to leave ASAP, the first chance they get. And the other members are not staying based off of that. They're going to stay based off of what their school can afford or what their school can afford. It has nothing to do with Washington and Oregon. So the members that are set to leave is going to be based off of that TV number, not Washington and Oregon, because Washington and Oregon is not paying these other members. They don't cut the check for these other members. So it's not going to be based off of Washington and Oregon. Who cares about Washington and Oregon if you're in the Pac-12, right? It's not about them. It's about the dollar amount and what the revenue is going to show. So San Diego State is doing what it's supposed to do. It's just all tied in to what's going on with the Pac-12. That is their first option. Their backup option is the Big 12. But they can't move right now. They need more time to decide and see what's going to go on with the Pac-12 TV deal. That's why you haven't heard no announcements of them going to the Pac-12, because the members in the Pac-12 is saying, we don't want you right now because you're going to dilute our brand or our TV money even more so, which is going to give us a lesser share. That's why they're in a bind right there. Boom. They did what they were supposed to do, but they're in a bind. They're in a bind. So it's not San Diego's fault that the Pac-12 has not done a TV deal yet. And that's why you have this stagnant, notification that San Diego State made to their conference, and you're wondering why would they do that. Is because they were supposed to be going to the Pac-12, but it seems like their TV deal has not come through, so they can't do nothing right now. And they're in a bind because they look like they're going to be paying double. And if they have to pay double, the Big 12 is not going to be dealing with that. They're not going to be responsible for paying the San Diego State exit fee, period. Now, Global News, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and like this video. And till next time, thank y'all for watching.